Baroness Verma, now we are partners, and I hope that both countries will lead for a successful negotiation in Paris. Justice Venkatachalaya, every time I hear him, it's a feast, because the depth of knowledge and the intensity with which he speaks, and he is so updated that he is not speaking from his old notes. He is always instant and absolutely up to date. And therefore I say that it's a feast. Our both Secretary Chaudhary and Garg, Ahluwalia and his colleagues and friends. First, my apologies, because probably this is the first time when, because of some miscommunication, I was under the impression that it's at 10 a.m., but it was at 9:30, because I go at least 5 minutes before, and many times I found hall vacant. After I go, people come. But this time, my apologies, because all you were here, I made you wait. Issue of perception. As I was hearing these speeches, our telecom secretary was telling about the story of 9 lakh mobile towers. And here is the catch. We have 1 billion phones, 980 millions of mobile phones. Everybody wants good connectivity, but nobody wants tower in his vicinity. Because his perception is that this is dangerous. He was sincerely telling about that this is not dangerous. It is not health hazard. But I think rumors have more power to catch the mind space. One speaker, he was referring to, we are consuming already 1.5 Earth, and how it will doom, or what is the threat. See, many people predict that, oh, we are going to doom. And there was even date given, 2012, that the earth will collapse, it will go down. It didn't go, but the film called 2012 did roaring business. Because let us understand, we must believe in human intent and human intellect. And the system of nature, how it works, and how what very finely Venkatachalaya ji has said, the balance. It's a balance of a natural system. It's important. And we must also believe, as I said, human intent and intellect. We will. And to that end, I am very optimistic that we will deal with this climate change threat effectively and will overcome it. But it requires tremendous effort, joint efforts from all countries. And Paris is the beginning of that story, of efforts to be made by the mankind. Earlier, this is not a very old subject. The Industrial Revolution started 250 years ago, and then we found out that the carbon emissions rose much more. Otherwise, the balance of earth is very simple. You, as he rightly said, you exhale we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Plants inhale with the carbon dioxide and with oxygenation, with photosynthesis, convert it into oxygen and give it to us. It's a nature's balance. But that was disturbed. But nobody realized that time. After 100 years or 150 years or 200 years, last 20, 30 years, people realized that, oh, it's something happening. The temperature is rising, there is more weather events. It's more frequency has increased. And so people started talking about climate change. The then Vice President of United States of America, Al Gore, presented inconvenient truth to the world very effectively with his 8 minutes presentation. That was a very robust presentation. So world awoke and started negotiating. And the Kyoto Protocol was there. Many countries participated but did not ratify it. USA, Canada, Japan itself, Australia, New Zealand, many other countries. But many other countries realized it, that we must participate. They participated. They started some action. But then world was divided into two groups for actions also. That one is annex and one non-annex. Now what is changing and what is a good feature of Paris is, on the road to Paris, all the countries of the world have taken pledge and have accepted that they will take action on their own and will present their actions graph in the form of intended nationally determined contribution, INDCs. That's a real change. That's a real hope. And that's where I find that Paris will be successful, because every country is participating, every country is taking pledges, and that's the good sign. Let us welcome it, let us celebrate it. Let us not start blame game on this. Oh, yours is not good, mine is more good. Every country, we must look in the perspective. There is a context to it. India and Great Britain or any other country can become partners, but they are not equal. There is a basic difference. We have 17% of the world's population. We have 17% of the world's cattle population. Both require land, water, and food. And we have only 2.5% of the world's land mass. And we have only 4% of the water. So that makes every country a different country. And we must respect. And so every country's action will be different in the context of achieving the sustainable growth, achieving the sustainable development, but by sustainable ways. And that fine balance which Venkat Chalai has talked about. Jala, Vayu, Akash, Prithvi, Agni, 5 तत्व है. पांचों तत्वों के बीच एक बैलेंस स्थापित करना उसका बना, वो है ही, स्थापित हम नहीं कर रहे, वो तो नेचर का सिस्टम है. लेकिन वी मस्ट नॉट डिस्टर्ब इट. एंड उसको रख के हम आगे चले. दैट्स आई थिंक द वे आउट. बिकॉज ऑफ वेंकट चलैया, बिकॉज ऑफ यूर, आई ऑल्सो वेंट इन टू दैट फिलोसॉफिकल मोड. But today we are discussing the environmental governance and the transition towards green economy. As was promised by developed countries, is provided on the real-term basis, a public finance. And the technological solutions offered without IPR cost, at least some critical technologies. I'm not saying that those companies who do research should be left high and dry. No, they should be well compensated through the Green Climate Fund. But that also must come in If the finance technology both are provided, I think many countries can take more aggressive actions. And that's what needs to be now seen. Next 4 months, we all will be debating on all these issues to sort it out before Paris so that we arrive at a successful Paris summit. What is important is we have taken many steps. For the environmental governance, what is needed is a sound legal architecture. And that legal architecture was chaotic. In our country, it started happening as we got more and more realization of the subject. We started making rules, making notifications, making ONMs, and making some different laws. There are 7-8 laws governing the environmental governance. And they were drafted. There are many things must be improved upon. And that's why we appointed, under the chairmanship of T.S.R. Subramaniam, a committee which has submitted 55 recommendations. Now they are at the final stage of, now we are taking decisions. We are comparing environmental laws of America, England, BRICS countries, Indonesia, so all emerging economies plus developed country economies, even Australia, and then we are now tailoring our own legal infrastructure, modeling our infrastructure, which will be the best infrastructure. And that we want to provide in next 2 or 3 months, we can roll out the changes for the public for their comments. We will do a comprehensive review. We are doing comprehensive review and we'll bring out a new legal infrastructure. And that's how we are going ahead. The processes we have already made simple, transparent, and policy-based regime which we have provided. That's the base of good governance. We are not dealing with files individually. We are not doing discretion. We are taking policy decisions, and in that policy framework, whatever fits, we are giving. And there is no delays. Earlier it was a roadblock ministry, a speed brake ministry, a tax ministry and whatnot. Now nobody visits my ministry, and I don't want. But you can very well come. You are all invited to see the building and to give your new ideas also. Once I delegated my powers, 40 hectares and below forest reforestation proposals. I don't say that diversion proposals, because every diversion, the private project proponent gives equal land, which is a non-forest land, to the forest for more afforestation. So I said, change the mindset, don't say diversion. We are adding to the forest a new land. And we are greening more. So it is a reforestation proposals. And that's what we are doing. So reforestation proposal. When I delegated my powers to the regional committee, multi-stakeholder, making their experts also, and the states also became the partners of it. One officer came to me and said, sir, then 90% files will go there only. They won't come here. I said, I don't want. No, but no file will come to us. I said, I don't want. I want to give a policy-based regime. And that's what we have offered last 1 year. We have done it transparently, we have done it on policies, and we have done it scientifically. Simple delays. There is one process called TOR, Terms of Reference. So when you present your a project proposal comes, we first give you that TOR. That process used to take 16 months, 15 months, for 1 year. We have standardized now all the TORs for all the 39 sectors, polluting sector. TORs are standardized. They are with you on our website. Just do the due diligence, and within 1 month you will get it. So that's how we want to simplify the processes. So first we will change the legal. That's in advanced stage. We have already done the processes. Now remains the enforcement. And that's the difference. If somebody asks me, I learn from every country. If I learn from Great Britain or United Kingdom, what it is? It is the enforcement. They have the very good, wonderful system of carbon budgeting. And in carbon budgeting, the enforcement is the issue. अमेरिका में या ब्रिटेन में रात को 3 बजे रेड लाइट पर भी, यानी ट्रैफिक सिग्नल के रेड लाइट पे गाड़ियां खड़ी रहती है, इसलिए नहीं कि वहां सब संत पैदा होते हैं, लेकिन उनको पता है कि वो अगर क्रॉस करेंगे तो नाइट है, कोई पुलिस नहीं है, कोई ट्रैफिक नहीं है, तो भी उनका चलन होगा और वो घर जाने से पहले चलन घर में पहुंच जाएगा ईमेल पे, और 500 पाउंड देना पड़ेगा, तो ये भारी, और 4 बार हुआ तो लाइसेंस कैंसिल होगा, इसलिए लोग पालन करते हैं। और मैंने ये देखा, ये वहां ही नहीं होता, यहां होता है दिल्ली में। दिल्ली हैज द बेस्ट मेट्रो सिस्टम इन द वर्ल्ड टुडे, and 2 million people travel a day, and nobody spits, nobody throws anything there. It's the cleanest also, much cleaner than many other countries. I was so wondered. So one day I went on Nai Delhi station, that's a railway station above and metro station below. Just they come on, they are dirty on the platforms on the railway station. But now railway stations have also improved after Swachh Bharat campaign. Everything is changing. But when he comes, he is completely keen. So I stopped everybody and asked, आप क्यों करते हो ऐसा? यहाँ वहाँ ऊपर तो केला बिला फेंक रहे हो, यहाँ क्यों नहीं फेंक रहे? तो बोले नहीं फेंक रहे क्योंकि साफ कैमरा है। और तुरंत चलन करने वाले और फाइन करने वाली व्यवस्था है। That's a Sridharan's work culture which is brought, we must come in. And that's what has happened, that has changed. So that's the way how society changes. थोड़ा सा दहशत, थोड़ी सी सख्ती। मैंने एक तैयार किया अभी। We identified 17 critically polluting sectors, air and effluent. And in that, we listed out 2,306 units. Now, after all units were actually enumerated, they were nearly 2,800. 800 were small, so 2,000 were big. We mandated them to install 24/7 effluent monitoring system at the effluent point where effluent discharge goes. So immediately at that point, they must put the device of 24/7 monitoring. And on the chimney also. And I'm happy to inform that out of 2,000 which we are strictly monitoring, more than 1,000 have already placed their machines there and devices there. And now those I can see in my chamber, in CPCB, in SPW, in our regional offices, we can see which industry is polluting. If it pollutes more than the limit, within 15 minutes, the SMS alert goes. But today's legal infrastructure is like this, that I can send right now only SMS. Because I have a power to close the unit or just register a criminal case, which never is decided. It's called violation. That's a great violation of environment, actually. That I am correcting it. Now I am bringing civil penalties to it. So we are bringing civil penalties in between. Before the closure, there will be civil penalties and a strict enforcement and 24/7 monitoring. And people improve. If you create right atmosphere, अगर गांव में हरिनाम सप्ताह करोगे, तो लोग हरिनाम करते हैं। अगर गांव में डांस बार लाओगे, तो लोग ऐसा करते हैं। तो you have to create mahal, and Narendra Modi's great success is that he has created a mahal. Swachh Bharat, automatic shuru ho gaya. Everybody has started action. And we will complete it. Waste management is the essence of it, and we have started changing it. I have already published, put on internet all the waste management rules, solid waste management rules, construction demolition waste management rules, plastic waste management rule, the e-waste management rule. Both the secretaries are here. E-waste management rules, then biomedical waste management rule, hazardous waste management rules. We have published all the new, entirely changed, we have changed the very governance of waste in the country. And we want to take it down below to the towns of or villages of 3,000 or 5,000 even population. They must also do that. We are bringing an entirely new regime. It's a revolution. Swachh Bharat will happen only after that. हमारे यहाँ गंगा मैली हो गई, उसका एक गाना बहुत पॉपुलर, क्यों मैली हो गई? तो बोले पापियों का पाप। सच नहीं है। सच ये है कि 1/3 of the industrial pollution goes untreated into the water bodies. 1/2 of the waste ultimately flows in the rivers through the floods. 2/3 of the agriculture waste, excessive fertilizers and excessive pesticides use also percolate down below. And therefore what rivers are bad. And rivers, only our rivers are not bad. As she rightly said, Thames was also bad. But now it is good. So that's the story, that's the inspiration. Yes, people have learned, we will also do, and within next 5 to 10 years we'll make a visible change on our rivers. Ganga is just the beginning. All river cleaning is our mission, and we will clean it. We want to clean our waters, we want to clean our air, we will clean our environment by waste management, we want clean energy, and we want more green. That's my mandate. That's India's. That's India's action. And therefore, now we are unlocking, this 14th Finance Commission has provided 7.5% weightage for the forest for the first time. That's a big achievement, big contribution of India. So we'll have $11 billion there, and I'm putting in $6 billion more. So in all, $16 to $19 billion in next 5 years for greening. And people are now crazy, they want to do it. I am now doing a new program, school nursery program. I am launching it in the first week of August. What is the program? Program is every child, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th standard children, they will prepare the pot, they will sow the seed, they will grow the sapling, they will learn how to take care. The plant will nurture along with their studies and their growth. The plant will also grow after 10 months of schooling. When he gets the result sheet, he will also take his plant which he has created to his home. And if he has no place at his home, he will find out somewhere in his near vicinity and he will plant. It's his tree. That's how sanskar become. वो जो मैंने कहा ट्रैफिक सिग्नल पे गाड़ी रुकती है, फिर वो दहशत से पहले शुरू होता है डिसिप्लिन, लेकिन बाद में डिसिप्लिन आदत बन जाती है. और जब बच्चा आपके पास होता है और माँ और पापा दोनों भी करेक्ट चला रहे देखता है तो उसको संस्कार हो जाता है. तो दैट्स हाउ थिंग्स हैपन, एंड आई एम वेरी मच पॉजिटिव. आई एम बिलीव दैट वी विल चेंज, we will complete, but let us also not forget that every climate action has a cost. And who will pay the cost is the issue. I was just looking to this agriculture GHG emission of 17% in India and adopt the smart agriculture. There are issues. We cannot afford some fancy things. We will do our bit with most sincerity with our own, because our whole civilizational ethos and our way of life is environmental friendly. Who is more thrifty than Indians? हम तो कंज्यूम ही लेस करते हैं. Madam, there is an issue. In Western countries, waste management has become a profitable venture. I talked to various entrepreneurs. Why? And in our country, nothing has succeeded till date. Why? So I found out that the calorific value of waste in the Western countries is much more than in India, because हम तो थाली का लास्ट तक खाते हैं, तो हम कुछ फेंकते ही नहीं. So that's our value system. And that's how we are living. एक कपड़ा अभी भी है, शहर ही थोड़े बिगड़ गए हैं, देहात में आज भी है. एक बच्चे का जो उसको जो कपड़े पहनते हैं वो दूसरे साल में दूसरे बच्चे को देते हैं, फिर तीसरे बच्चे को तीसरे घर में जाता है, चौथे को जाता है. यही तो हम पले. और वही होता है कि दैट्स आवर लाइफस्टाइल. हम बुक्स भी, मैं खुद देहात में पढ़ा हूं और जिला परिषद के स्कूल में पढ़ा हूं, तो किताबें कभी नई ली ही नहीं. वो तो पुराने बाजार में मिलते थे, तो पहले 7वीं जिसने की उसके किताबें हमने पढ़ी, फिर हमारा हो गया तो हमने दूसरा दी. 4 साल वही किताब चलता है. सो दैट्स हाउ वी lived, that's our civilization. I can go on and on because now I also become more passionate about it. But that's how India is progressing under leadership of Narendra Modi, with 175,000 megawatts of renewable program, with investment of more than $150 billion, and more a contribution from India of this huge program of the world. We will be saving carbon emission to the tune of 350 million tons per annum. That's a huge contribution of India, and we will walk the talk. We will go ahead with our sustainable practices, and we'll lead the Paris negotiation with our own contribution, which will be much ambitious than people expect. Thank you.